Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about the first chapter of Geography grade 7th, its composition and structure of atmosphere. We all know that life on earth exists because of many unique factors. Those factors are water, lithosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. These four components are responsible for existence of life on earth. Today we are going to study about atmosphere in a whole context. So first of all we'll look at the definition of atmosphere. An atmosphere is a thick protective blanket of gases or air around the earth. Now this air is thicker at the surface of the air and is thinner as we go above the earth. That means as we go far away from the earth, the air or the atmosphere becomes thinner and thinner, and at the surface it is thicker. Now what is actually binding the atmosphere towards the earth's surface? Can you guess the answer? What keeps intact the atmosphere around the earth? It is the gravitational pull of the earth. The gravity of the earth keeps the atmosphere intact towards itself. And this atmosphere contains various gases. Now, composition of atmosphere is 78% of atmosphere comprises of gas nitrogen, 21% comprises of the life gas called oxygen, and the remaining 1% is carbon dioxide, helium, hydrogen, water vapor and other gases. The atmospheric gases are nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide and water vapor. These are very important parts of atmosphere. So its importance is, first one goes for nitrogen. Nitrogen is very important for the growth of plants. As it is available in the atmosphere in abundance, it mixes with the rainwater, falls on the soil, mixes with the soil, and it goes into the plants in the form of nutrients. So it is very important part of atmosphere as the plants are considered. The second one is oxygen. Oxygen is the life-giving gas on earth. All the living beings, they require oxygen in the process of respiration. Next one comes carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is useful for plants for the process of respiration. They inhale carbon dioxide in the daytime and exhale oxygen. Second importance of carbon dioxide is it is one of the greenhouse gas. As I told in my earlier lecture that with the heat of the sun, the earth gets heated up. At night, it radiates the heat to the atmosphere. In the presence of atmosphere, the carbon dioxide is trapped and it is not released into the space, and this helps actually to keep the earth warm at night. The next one is water vapor. Due to the heat of the sun, the water evaporates from the water bodies like rivers, lakes, ponds and seas toward the clouds. It forms the clouds and then fall in the form of precipitation. Now water is available on the earth in all the three forms: solid, liquid and gaseous. Solid in the form of snow, liquid in the form of rain and gases in the form of water vapor. So these atmospheric gases are very useful. The next part is structure of atmosphere. Now what are the layers of atmosphere? We are going to look at it. So the first one is troposphere. Now where does actually troposphere starts? Now if we see that earth is bulged at its equator and it's narrow, it is not that bulge, or it is narrower towards the poles. So 8 kilometers from the poles and 18 kilometers from the equator is the troposphere. Now this is the lowest layer in the strata of atmosphere. Now this layer actually protects us from the direct rays of the sun. Direct rays of the sun cannot reach on the earth because of the troposphere. And troposphere is the name derived from the Greek word tropine, which means to turn, change or mix. Now just as I told earlier that atmosphere is thicker towards the surface, and as we go higher above the sea level or as we go away from the surface of the earth, the air becomes thinner. For example, during the summers, even if we go towards to any hill station like Mahabaleshwar or Lonavala, we feel a little bit cooler than other areas of the region. Why does it happen? It happens because these are the stations, hill stations or the areas situated at the higher altitude, high above the sea level. So as we go higher and higher, the temperature decreases. Now how does it decrease? For every 165 meter, there is 1 degree Celsius fall in the temperature, and this rate is called the lapse rate. Now what is the importance of troposphere? When the water vapor forms or condenses, it forms clouds in this region, troposphere. The precipitation takes place from this. Whatever the storms or the natural phenomenon regarding the rain or the clouds happens there, they take place in the troposphere. And troposphere boundary, that is the imaginary boundary called tropopause, it distinguishes troposphere from the stratosphere. Stratosphere is the second major layer in the strata of atmosphere. It extends till 50 kilometers. Now just pay attention, as we go higher at the altitude, the temperature decreases, right? So mid half of the stratosphere is a cooler because the air becomes very thinner, because we are going higher altitude, we are going higher above the troposphere. So the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius at the half part of the stratosphere. But as we move on towards the larger, higher part of the stratosphere, the temperature increases because of the presence of ozone gas, ozone layer that protects the earth from the ultraviolet rays of the sun. As it absorbs the sun rays, that part has higher temperature. This strata is also called as ozonosphere because of the presence of ozone layer. No clouds form in this region as there is no evaporation taking place, no condensation taking place. And many commercial airlines, they fly in this region to avoid the turbulence of the atmospheric conditions in the troposphere, and also like high mountains, peaks, and those are not seen here. Stratosphere and mesosphere is again divided by the imaginary stratopause. The next layer, the third layer, is mesosphere. It has extension till 80 kilometers, and as the stratopause, it divides stratosphere with mesosphere. Still the half of the or little bit of the mesosphere can absorb the heat that is absorbed by the ozone layer, so it is a little bit warmer. But as we go higher in the mesosphere, the temperature decreases up to minus 100 degrees Celsius, so it is very colder. Now the students have the question, if it is nearer to the sun, why does mesosphere has minus 100 degrees Celsius? The molecules present in the mesosphere are very fewer, very less, and they have very less capacity to absorb the heat radiance that is coming from the sun. Those are very weak molecules. They cannot absorb the heat of the sun as the molecules in stratosphere and troposphere. That is why mesosphere has the lowest temperature and the air is very thinner. This layer is important because meteors, those are roaming around in the space. While they come in contact with the mesosphere, they burn up there and they do not dash or clash on the surface of the earth. Again, thermosphere and mesosphere are bifurcated or divided by the mesospores. The next layer is thermosphere. Now mesospores separates thermosphere from mesosphere. This layer has a very little air and the temperature rises up to 1750 degrees Celsius. Now why does it happen? Because the atomic particles, they get charged because of the solar radiations. The molecules present in thermosphere, they get charged because of the sun's heat and they give rise in the temperature. Now the gases, they become very light because very lighter gases are present in this layer. This layer is also called ionosphere. Now why are they called ionosphere? Because the ions, they get electrically charged and in this layer, and these are used to provide the communication signals to the communication satellites. Those are used in the space research. The next and last layer is exosphere. It starts from the topmost layer of thermosphere and it merges into the space. The temperature here rises more than 4000 degrees Celsius because now the solar radiations are direct into this strata, and the gases present here are hydrogen and helium. Even though these gases are present in very little amount, they create explosions into the space, and as 1600 kilometers or more is the distance from the surface of the earth, there is absence of gravity. The last part in the chapter is importance of atmosphere. Importance means the significance that atmosphere has for the planet Earth. First one is protective blanket. As the atmosphere provides protective blanket towards the earth, it protects us from the sun's radiations. Those are ultraviolet rays, those are harmful for the planet earth. They are stopped because of the atmosphere. The next one is to maintain the temperature of the earth. In the absence of atmosphere, the earth would be a frozen ball. Now I have earlier explained this, like when the earth gets heated up due to the heat of the sun, at night the same heat is radiated or transferred to the atmosphere. Because of the presence of atmosphere and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, it traps the heat and doesn't allow the earth to be a frozen ball. So it keeps the earth warm. In the absence of atmosphere, the temperature of the earth would have been minus 18 degrees Celsius, because of which maybe the existence on the earth would not have been possible. The next one is it acts as the medium to transport water vapor. Now as the evaporation takes place, the water evaporates and forms cloud. The clouds then condense, and then when they cool down, they fall to the earth in the form of rain or precipitation. So the formation of clouds, preparation of the precipitation done in atmosphere. That is why atmosphere is very important. The next one is medium to transport heat. Because of the presence of atmosphere, the heat is transferred from the equatorial region to the temperate and other zones. Now, the heat, it transfers from the higher temperature towards the lower temperatures. Like equatorial region is of very high temperature, and the winds, they blow from higher temperature towards the lower temperature, that it goes from the equator towards the pole. This transport is possible only in the presence of atmosphere. The next one is reservoir. Atmosphere acts as a reservoir of oxygen, nitrogen and carbon dioxide. Like oxygen is present in atmosphere, which is the life-giving gas on the planet Earth. It is a large storage bin for nitrogen, which I explained in the atmospheric importance of nitrogen, and carbon dioxide, which is useful for plants, and also it is useful as a greenhouse gas. The last one to it is atmosphere acts as a protective layer which doesn't allow the burning meteors to come and clash on the earth. It protects the earth from those clashes, and the meteors, while the earth is moving, are just thrown again in the space because of the atmosphere. So today we have seen the whole chapter of composition and structure of atmosphere.